looks like we're about less than 50% battery. So try to make the best of it. See if we can get around to the dock area before the battery runs out, which is actually fortunately on the opposite side of where we are right now. It's all the way diagonally that way. Last time I was here, this line here for entrance to the palace, you actually have to come on this side of the street, go underground where the tent is over there, and then exit from up here, and then you were able to, enter the palace. The lines, at least this late in the day, don't look too bad. I was gonna say, I thought my honey pot was prepared very well. I'm just like, a common tourist. I got a map. That doesn't seem to be working. No, got the tourist camera on. No bites yet. These little vendors here, they're a little bit overpriced because of the proximity to the palace, but when it's really hot outside and the sun is shining, it's pretty good because you can get water, juice, food, and a hat like this one. I got this one years ago because I did not bring one. A hat is a must. Inside the palace, they do sell like coconuts and coconut water, and they have ice cream and mango fruit, etc. But these vendors on the outside have a lot more options, plus they're cheaper. So we kind of made it to the first dock area, so we're gonna go there first, and then we'll make it to the other side if we have enough battery left. I mean, I'm probably gonna make it. You guys might not. This is the first dock area. This is the one farther away from Waterboon. But this is also closer to that other side where they have the shopping plazas on the right, which I don't think we can see from here yet. But this is the river in Bangkok, which is pretty cool. You can take ferries and you can take these boats. And ferries that only go from one side to the other are only like $5, which is super cheap. But if you take the other ferries that are, taking you up and down the river, those are much more expensive. Some actually charge up to $1,005 if you do like a private tour. But normally what you would do is you would go inside these, like that, the building in front of us. And inside of there will be different tour operators where you can, kind of bargain for some of the pricing, but most of them are fixed. And then you can tell them where you want to go. Actually, let's go this way because the batteries are running out, so see how far we can get. Maybe we'll get to see Waterboon for a little bit. I like how they say if you want to go to the Grand Palace, you have to use this tunnel, which is, I guess, another way you can go all the way across to where, those entrances are, which is pretty cool. All right, so we are going to sorry. And you can see here, obviously, this is where all the tourists are, or a lot of them during the day, because the Grand Palace is a big attraction. Plus, the waterfall, the Waterboon is right here. They also have some other monuments that are fairly close. I don't know if we're gonna have time to do this one. That's basically like a temple on top of like a hill inside the city, which you actually kind of go up like 1,000 steps. One time I was here with my sister. She ended up climbing it up, but I had a bad back, so I couldn't make it up the hill. But it is something I do want to see at some point. Maybe on a different trip, because I leave for Phuket in actually I think tomorrow. So one of my next videos is gonna be in Phuket, or Phuket as they say it, Phuket. Basically now we're kind of walking towards the direction we started. And this is where hopefully Somebody tried to get us, tried to pick us up because we're good looking. It definitely feels there's a lot more tourists now, though. Well, not just tourists, but a lot more police. This guy might be getting ready for us. Maybe not. I don't know.
Where you come from? United States. Welcome to Thailand. Thank you. Beautiful. Where you come from?
I'm pretty sure that guy was trying to maybe scam that lady. I don't know. Cops are sitting right there, so I don't know. Yes. When people approach you for no good reason, try to introduce themselves, they're probably out for something. You should be careful. They're trying to sell you something, or they want something from you. But they're trying to probably set you up for long con. You can see these guys, and actually I think today might be the memorial service because a lot of people are dressed in black. So I wonder if that's what's going on. See, but far in the distance up there, that giant temple, that is Wat Room. That's part of the temple complex inside the palace. I'm not sure if my sister knows that. I think the queen passed away, but I'm sure she would want to know before she gets here, or before we eat. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. Everybody's staring at, but everybody's looking at that tree up there. Must be birds, I don't know. But they're just pigeons. One of the things I really like about Bangkok is the trees, because they're very old. They do seem to take care of them and landscape them fairly well. Where when I go to Europe, I noticed that at least in the cities, they're cutting down the trees more and more just to make room for developments and roads. Where here, at least around the palace area, there's not a lot of skyscrapers. The place where I'm staying at has a lot of skyscrapers around Shukamvik. I think that's how you pronounce the street. There's a lot of skyscrapers. But at least in this area, it's very like old city vibes, especially when you go outside of the palace area. When you kind of cross the canals where they have a lot of the shops, Chinatowns around. So I think we're almost at the end here. Artist here that's selling art. Some of these guys are pretty good. Even though I'm not sure if how they mass produce, but they do paintings. And I think they're just like stamped on with like different, I guess, dyes or whatever they call them. But they look pretty good, but they're trying to sell it for 300 baht. Now we got people with bikes. Alright, so from here you can see Waterroom pretty well up there, so that's where we're gonna head towards that pier, because I don't think we are gonna get any action today. And I really think this is because of the memorial service for the Queen. It definitely feels like that. And actually this is going to be a good test to see how long the GoPro lasts, because we're at 43 minutes, and the battery's about to die. This is actually not my GoPro. I'm borrowing it from a friend that was very kind to lend it to me, and it's one of those GoPro 11 minis. I don't think it has like the biggest battery, but it was free and can't beat free. Just had to buy a backpack mount, and hello. Actually, this lady's selling grapefruit, so I think I'm gonna go get it after I come back. But what I want to do is see if I can get you guys to the pier before the battery runs out. I do enjoy grapefruit a lot, and this might be the wrong pier because it looks like they closed the section here for construction. I mean, it's definitely the right pier, but you just can't walk by it. So I think what I gotta do is I gotta walk to the other side street. Hopefully the battery will last. So it looks like they're selling calamari over here again. Smell it. I myself do not like seafood that much, so the smell doesn't bother me. But the food here is really good, even for somebody who doesn't like seafood. I've had like king crab and a couple of other different seafoods, and they're definitely really good. But from here, I don't know if we can actually make it to the pier, because that side street we were just showing, that is actual pier. But again, we're kind of like a tourist. We're locked again. Now the battery does run out. Well, I guess that is what she wrote. All she wrote. This way, I think this might get us to the pier. It's right. Very sure they're building here. Whatever it is, I think they're putting concrete. This is like an existing structure. It's just like they're building like stands or stalls or something. Alright, so this does take us to here. And this is where we were trying to go. And that right there is Waterroon. And you can see that's the ferry that you can go inside this building and book a ferry. It's usually only like 5 baht. I think that's vary depending if it's like a holiday or something, but most of the times it's just only 5, which is like super cheap to get you across the river. Definitely a lot cheaper than the metro. Now from here, you get a pretty good picture of our sight line to Waterroon. And then we're gonna see these, I guess, Thai boats. I'm not sure what they're called, but they do go up and down the river, and you can book them as private tours. And then there's even people like those kayaking guys that you see, like, 10 to 12 people, kayak, basically paddling boats. And you see them here often, plus barges, a lot of barges. Alright, so from here, we're just gonna go ahead and continue back towards the palace, I guess, and see where we can go. Maybe go back and get the grapefruit. Too bad we can't exit from that place because that grapefruit lady was right there. Alright, so here we go. I do want to go to the night market one of these days too, because that's one thing I haven't done. I've been here several times, and people don't know what right is. It looks like it might be starting to rain again.
So many noise.
No, you're still going. It's pretty good. So